So, crisis handling, smart way, there were only two reasons why I have given this activity to you. As I was saying, I always try to compress the decades into days. When I say compress the decades into days, means the problems and challenges that you people are going to have maybe after 7 years or 10 years or 15 years. I'm just trying to give you the taste of the problems and taste of the symptoms of the problem so that you can work with whatever fresh mind insight that you have on that problem. Like it is just like giving um, giving a tiny little boy a very big arm and ammunition, a very big weapon that could be used in the battlefield as a soldier, and just try it. You're not going to harm anyone, but just try it. So the little kid who is going to be a soldier in the future takes up the weapon and tries to carry it at least to see how much strength left in the bicep and all that. It's that kind of logic. But the best thing I observe is you people are able to come up with some solutions pretty much quickly. There is a very big sense of comfort when I train the teenagers. Yes, there are a bit of problems where I'll have to correct and put things back into the turns, and I have to think all that. I have to do, I have sometimes I'm very hard. But at the same time, what happens is you people are way, 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 way advanced than the current college students. Seriously speaking, when I'm conducting MS sessions, Indian batch and US batch, and all of a sudden, if a college session comes, I find it very difficult to get the points across to those people because the speed that I speak and the kind of the depth that I have in all my words, those engineering students and arts college students are not able to understand. I'll have to speak very vernacular and local if I have to make them understand. But here it is very easy. So a heterogeneous trainer only can say this. Now, one span of a day, I speak to employees to train them. I speak to college students. And in the evening, for the past about, say, 6 or 7 months, I'm speaking to the teenagers. If you ask me, speaking to the teenagers gives me more comfort. Because you do not bug up things and you do not really stretch things to a marginal extent to make people understand. So that's why I'm coming up with these creative exercises where you are given the taste. Of course, there is another segment of point as well in that people like Purna and Vitastri mentioned that, sir, it's not really possible to just have a turnaround instantaneously by having a solution. No, you got it wrong. You see, crisis handling is all about mindset maintenance. So if the mindset is proper, and if you are really able to hold your self-image in a proper basis. I spoke about self-image to Vitastri when she was typing, and I literally asked Vitastri to include something about self-image. You know what is self-image? Self-image is the way you see yourself, the way you carry yourself. If Nitin Murugan wants to be a police officer in the future, he has to see himself as a police officer right now. If Vitastri wants to be a computer specialist in the IT industry in the future, she has to see herself as one right now. Barring and in spite of all the kinds of challenges that industry has, will that industry hold good in the future? Will that industry be very well doing in the future? Will it be any industry is like a roller coaster? Will that be on the top pinnacle when I become as an IT engineer? All these things Vitastri should not think, but what she can think is, I would love to become this, and period. That's it. I would love to see myself as it, as that. That's it. I always see myself as a public speaker. I always see myself as a person who can change anybody's mind instantaneously. I think and I imagine myself that I have all the charisma of training the people, and people will start liking me. I don't know whether it is true or not, but still I think that way. I always think that way. Reality only you know. But I don't care about the reality because as long as I think that I'm good enough, my subconscious mind is safe. And I can handle crisis really well when I have a role to play. When I have a crisis, I ask a question, who am I? Who am I? How strong I am? For heaven's sake, I am a trainer. And I train youngsters. I train teens. I train pre-teens. I train corporate people. I train faculty members. And being such a person, I'm getting rattled by looking at the crisis. Come on, so give me a break. How can that be possible? This is how I handle my crisis. And my mind comes and says that, yeah, you are really powerful, man. You're really powerful. So there's no possibility that you will be looking at the crisis and you will be rattled because of the crisis. No, because you're such a big person. If you ask me, Mr. Manikandan, is that a complacent feeling? Are you not superior? No. I'm complacent and I'm having that kind of superior complexity when I'm telling the other people that, you know who I am, you know what I'm capable of. You better. If I do that, then it is a disease. I don't do that. I have got this feel. Whenever the crisis comes, I remind myself how strong I am, who I am, what are the capabilities I have, what are the skills I have. I try to raise my self-esteem. I try to magnify my self-image. Self-image is like a crazy mirror. It's like a crazy mirror in the exhibition. Have you noticed in the exhibition? You go stand in one particular mirror, it shows you very fat. You go stand in another front of mirror, it shows you very tall. It shows you weird. Psychologists say that most of the people, exclusively teenagers, have their self-image as bizarre as the self-image that they see in the crazy mirrors in the exhibition. So when you alter your self-image, you will be handling the crisis much better. Much better. Each of you have got goals, right? So see the crisis based upon the goals. And just imagine a lifestyle where you are seeing the crisis based upon the goals and who you are actually wanting to be in life, and practicing this mind-related therapies and exercises and putting all that together. Life becomes very easy. Life becomes very easy. Say, for example, if Vedant at one place, and if it is Vidasri at one place, Manjusha at one place, Mohit at one place, and all these four individuals have got different prizes coming towards them. Vedant is a person who wants to become so and so in his life, and so is the case with the other three people as well. They have got their distinctive picture about what they would like to become and the goals that they have in their mind. And if those four people are the practitioners of alpha level exercise, candle exercise, meditation, and the swish pattern, scramble therapy, water glass therapy, if they are practitioners of these exercises, and if they always hold and protect that picture of what kind of person they are going to be in the future, how can crisis come and attack them? No chance. No chance. But you have a choice. You know what is the other choice? Forget about all this. Don't think who you are going to be in the future. Don't practice any therapies. Just be just like any other millions and millions of people who are present in the world. And go sit on the corner. When the crisis comes, keep crying, shed your tears. You can live that way also. That's also a choice. That's called as deficiency motivation. I'm speaking about sufficiency motivation. I'm speaking about a no-limit person. NLP, a no-limit person. A no-limit person does not cry when the crisis comes. A no-limit person does not curse God. Why God? Why me? He doesn't do all that. He will just say himself, when the crisis comes, he will just tell himself, something to think about. I think I'll have to grow. That's why this crisis has been given to me. I think I have to have a different mindset and insight. See, who are you? You can ask me that, Kiran might come and ask me, sir, I'm just about, 12 or 13. Do I really need this advanced kind of technique? Because when my mom, when she was 13, she might not be exposed to do this technique. When my aunt, when my uncle, when my senior cousin, when my senior friends, when they were 13, they would not have been exposed like this. Why are you making it so advanced? And I'm just a kid now. No, 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 no. No. You are no longer a kid. None of you here, you're not kid. No. No. Mayuka's not kid. The brain that is present in Mayuka's little head is not something that belongs to Mayuka. What are you talking about? Mayuka's brain does not belong to Mayuka? No. It does not belong to Mayuka. It's a borrowed resource. That brain would have been in a tiger years back. That brain would have been in an eagle years back. Do you know that? Brain is a borrowed resource. Brain is a borrowed resource. Your body is 13 years old, 12 years old, 11 years old. But brain is not. Good news is that, my dear boys and girls, the brain can be tamed. The brain can be reprogrammed. Okay? The brain can be unusually rewired. Person A, person B. I want you to be person C. Let me talk about person C a little later. Person A cries when a trouble comes. Person B curses God when trouble comes. Person A shouts when he is angry. Like me. Person B always gets agitated and hurts the other feelings when he is having a problem. Person A, when there is a very big crisis or a very big emotional condition where the things that you represented during the third round, each team were given with 3 cases, right? So person A has all those 3 cases. I mean, all those 9 problems, all those 9, 3 to team, all those 9 problems. So he gets enslaved for all those 9 problems. Person B, he has got more than that, 12, 15 problems, so he gets enslaved. Person C is a different person. That's you. That's you. Trained individual. Person C is a different person. This person understands and clearly knows what to expect from the self. This person clearly knows that the crisis, the troubles, and the problems that are going to come are the real ones. It's like the virtual gymnasium where the person can be getting into pump the iron and get the muscles cramped up and built up, and the person can grow. Person A, person B, they don't look at those problems with that insight. But person C, that is you, a trained individual, okay, come on, bring it on, come on. I'll see, fine. I know the techniques and I have the nuances of handling you on a much smarter way because I'm a trained individual. I know how to deal with it. I want you to live such life. You see what's happening now? We're all challenged. Our livelihood is challenged. People are dying every day. And you are just 13 years old. And these kinds of problems are going to come in the future as well. Uncertain, unlabeled, and strange, not even imagined kinds of problems, just like this pandemic, are going to come. But we will survive. We will survive. And you can ask me, who will survive? You say that we, who? The people who have clearly understood the self-image and the people who have known to protect the self-image. Self-image, boys and girls. Self-image. The self-concept that you have for yourself. Dr. Bruce Lipton says in the first 7 years, a boy or a girl can be designed. If you give a child, an infant, into the hand and tell the particular person who carries the child, make him a rocket scientist. You can do that. In the first 7 years, if you follow some principles and if you are really doing some programming into the brain of the child, in the first 7 years, we can make him a rocket scientist. I'm not saying this. Dr. Bruce Lipton. Go, Google now. Bruce Lipton, Brucelipton, and there is a book called as The Biology of Belief System. Google it right now. I give you permission. Google it right now. Biology of Belief System by Bruce Lipton, famous American biologist. That man says in the first 7 years, you can really make anybody whatever you want. But in the first 7 years, if you're not taking control over the child, and in the second set of 7 years, third set of 7 years, fourth set of 7 years, gone, somewhere up in the air. Somewhere up in the air. My parents did not know this concept. Most of your parents did not know this concept. Your parents also don't know this concept, but I am saying this to you. Well, sir, I am come past that. I've come past that. I am 30 now. I am 11 now. No problem. It's not too late. It's not too late. It's not too late. Until 20, it's not. No. Until 18, it's not too late. You know, boys and girls, I always think that why these concepts that as a trainer Manikandan Sundaresan is giving to the kids and the youngsters, why these concepts were not available for Manikandan Sundaresan when he was a kid. You know what kind of a curse it was? Can you imagine? I cannot use whatever I am suggesting to you. The programming and the self-image and all that. Imagine 11th standard, okay. A 7th grade student, Manikandan Sundaresan, was very weak. He was fit for nothing. Me in Mayuka's age, or me in Nitin's age, or Mohit's age, very troublesome boy, very, very troublesome boy. My mom had a very big headache. Me in my own daughter, Mitra's age, she's very composed, confined, fine, and she has got fine stock of principles now. I was not like her. I used to run away from mathematics papers. I used to run away from the person who was teaching me mathematics. Why all this? The biology of belief system was wrong. Mine was not programmed. Crisis, crisis, crisis. I was rattled by looking at the crisis. I fell into a lot of negative psychological vibrations, and I was not able to get out of that psychological vibrations. And none of you should be exposed to any psychological vibrations. That's my goal. That's my goal. That's what I'm trying. This journey that I'm traveling is a strange journey. Some of you might be understanding the intensity of what I'm speaking now, but some of you might be understanding only after 5 or 6 years. I bet you, at the age of your 18 and 19, you'll be really proud of attending this class. No, sir. Don't worry, sir. Even now, I'm really proud of attending this class. If you say that, thank you. But if you are 5 years or 7 years later, you will attend it. Many kids should have gone that. Because all the things that I'm trying to say here, I'm speaking about self-image. Self-image is something that could be spoken only for psychology students. But I'm speaking to the teens and pre-teens who are living in the US. And there is a reason for it. Because I came to know about something called a self-image only at 21. Only at 21, when I was 21. And just imagine, correcting the self-image. We are going to see a presentation about self-image tomorrow. Apart from this game that we are going to have, for which we will organize a foundation now, we are going to see what is self-image. I'll give you a clear description about self-image. And if I do that, you will understand that, okay, crisis can be handled. Crisis handling on the smart way, as the name of this window goes. I can handle this crisis on a smart way if I have a proper self-image. How to have a proper self-image? I will teach you. I will teach you. So having a proper self-image along with some positive therapies and put both of them coupled together, you're becoming a dynamic person to the power of infinity. Dynamic person. So, I'll do that. I know how to do that. So, if I speak about crisis, if I speak about self-image, without conducting this activity, you not be able to understand anything whatever I'm speaking now. But now you are able to relate because you have spent 4 days dwelling into this concept. You know what is a crisis? Something that comes like a boomerang without being expected. So, the bottom line is, I have brought this particular activity for teaching you to have a positive self image of yourself so that you can handle the crisis really well like a martial art expert. Hope you understand what I spoke. And I really appreciate you for the sincerity of not chatting anything in between when I was speaking. Nice. This is what I expect from you. Self image. I have now triggered something called as self image. Keep thinking about it. Tomorrow we will speak voluminous about self image. I'll show you a presentation. So that's why I conducted this